Today we're going to tune some toms. So I have a drumstick, a drum key, a semi-clean sweatshirt, and some new heads. So the first thing we're going to start out with is the bottom head. So let's go ahead and take off the top heads. Be right back. Batter heads off. We're going to start with the resonant heads and make sure the pitches of these heads are where they need to be. Now I line up my logo with the badge on the bottom. Doesn't really matter how you do it, really matters how they sound. Okay, so we have our virtual keyboard app up. We're going to tune the bottom note to an E flat. And I like minor scales better than major scales, so we're going to tune to a 1-3-5 of a minor scale. So bottom note we found out is pretty close right now to an E flat. Okay, so we're going to tune to an E flat minor scale and see if that doesn't choke off the drum. So here we go. We're going to start off with the E flat. We got our virtual keyboard app right here. Okay, so we have our pitch of E flat. Okay, pretty close. Now our next note is going to be an F sharp. So this actually sounds a little sharp right now, so I'm going to bring it down just a hair. Okay, so we have our F sharp. Okay. And our last note is going to be A sharp. And we are probably going to go a half step down because it sounds like it's going to be a little choked off on this. That's more of relatively where it's at right now. So let's go for just a straight up A natural. Okay, so let's check all the pitches. So this actually sounds a little bit sharp. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep the pitches relatively the same. Okay, so the middle drum is a little bit too sharp, so we're going to take this down just a hair. Okay, much closer now. Okay? So you have to experiment with where your heads are at for the best possible tone, but let's go ahead and flip over the drums and we're going to put the batter heads on. So the first step in getting the new batter heads on is finger tightening the tension rods. And what I like to do with my Revolution drum key is, because it's got this little twisty turny apparatus in it, is go ahead and twist in a star pattern. That way when you turn it, all the tension is the same. And a really good point of reference is, this is like your 12 o'clock. So this is where you start and this is where you're gonna end, okay? Now you're gonna take your semi-clean sweatshirt here, put your hand right in the center like you're giving CPR and push down. And you should hear like Rice Krispies, like snap, crackle, pop. And then kind of go a little bit outside center. Push down a few times, and then we're gonna give it another 2 quarter turns on each side. Okay, I lied, we're gonna do 1 quarter turn. Okay, same thing for the next 2. No tuning or adjustments yet. Now, before I get to the seating step, if you have these mounts, like the rim mounts like I do on this Thomastar Classic, I wanna make sure that the mounts are correct, like the rim is correct, and also the logo of my head is correct. So I'm gonna go to the drums and just make sure before I actually get the head configured. Good to go on that head. Now I'm gonna make sure the same thing on my highest tom is positioned in the right place. Okay, looking great. So now we're gonna do the seating process again with the middle and high toms. And a quarter turn on each side is totally fine. And if you feel that it's a little bit looser, you might be able to take it up a little bit more. For right now, I'm just gonna do what feels like the bare minimum. And these are good to go. So we are gonna take these to the kit to fine tune the batter heads.